Boss is mean. I'm not mean. I'm a real nice guy.
That's why I know you're not nice.
I'm a nice guy, and if I find a nice girl, I'd make a nice boyfriend. You're a nice guy.
Garbage. You would not be a good... All he does, like, you think she want to go out with me? Yeah, if she wants to give a Hummer to a middle-aged man and then be booted out of the car, you're perfect. You're an awful boyfriend.
No, I'm not.
Oh, he is a womanizing scumbag.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah, and I mean, we all like to womanize, all right? But he's a dirtbag. Oh, Mike, have some phenom. I always walk him down, and I talk to him in front of the desk guy so that they can't claim I raped them. That's what this... Which actually is brilliant.
When you're in a hotel...
Oh, my God.
When you're in a hotel, if you say you pick up a girl on the road, not that I do that anymore, but say you pick up a girl...
Right.
And you're leaving a hotel, you don't want to be like Tyson, so you walk up to the desk and go to the guy, what time is it? And he sees that you're laughing together, smiling, and the whole thing.
Right.
You know, that's if you don't have your recorder.
What the hell are you doing that you have to think that?
I know, like, I have never even thought that you would need alibis and backing up by the desk guy.
Because, you know, we're famous comics on the road.
Hey,
and girls want to, you know...
Is that what it is? Do you like, grab her by the side and pinch and go, say something nice to the effing man?
Yeah, hold the back of her neck.
Say you're having a good time. Anything like that?
Or do they have to say, hi, I had fun. He didn't rape me. Good night.
Say it. Say it like I told you to say it, bitch. Say you had fun and everything went okay. You wanted it, you whore. You know you did.
What was the girl?
I raped my date, and now I'm dodging her.
I know. You know what?
I got a dryer door.
I'm going to hit them over the head with it.
Hey, things are slow. It's another week. Let's bring Boston and trash them.
Hey, honey, take your laughing pants off and put your rape pants on.
That is on your website, you know.
What?
To put your laughing pants on.
I haven't talked to
my website.
Oh, no, it's on Laugh.
It just
laugh.com?
Yeah, it describes your CD by saying,
It says, put your laughing pants on.
No, it doesn't.
It's disgusting. Put your laughing pants on.
No, it does not. It does not. I didn't think they would print that when I told them to do that.
Take your laughing pants and your underoos off, you little bitch.
Oh, man.
Hey, boss, can you tell the hotel story that you told us at the restaurant the other night?
Oh, yeah.
You can? You got
Am I allowed to tell that? Yeah, I can tell that.
I just don't know if the chick's listening, that's all.
Oh, she might be...
You ruined it, Opie. He was ready
What's the
to
hotel
say.
story?
Just tell it.
It's a scam he does. It's hilarious.
No, it wasn't a scam. That's
a one-time scam.
That,
That's what he did. Come on.
Okay,
You're going to be a good boyfriend someday.
I meet this girl.
You could do what Old Dirty did 2 weeks ago and say it was for the radio.
All right.
That this was a fake story.
It is fake.
Yeah.
All right, I meet this girl. You know, we meet her at the club, and then we go to eat, and we're in the parking lot, right? And we're making out in the parking lot of the diner. And she said, well, I don't really want to do this in a diner. Parking lot. So I go, okay, and I pull next door into the car wash, and we're making out there.
Because I like to get my car washed.
I know.
So there's witnesses.
Well, it was nighttime. I'm not doing any day gigs.
She was still alive at what time?
And we had to go, oh, okay, so then we go. I said, well, I know there's a hotel. It's kind of, inexpensive. So we pull into the hotel, and it's like no cars there. No cars.
Key to the story.
Had you already finished once?
No, I didn't finish.
No
cars whatsoever.
No cars.
No cars.
Hotel.
Key to the story.
Key to the story. No cars. Okay.
And then I say, we're sitting in the car, we're fooling around. I go, can you watch me do things with myself before we go in, She says, okay. And so I do things for myself, as I touch her a little. And
you're done with the things.
And I'm done with the things. And then I go, okay, so like I walk in, and there's no cars. And I come out and I go, they're all sold out.
You used her as a three-dimensional Playboy or something.
There's like no cars there. And, right, she goes, well, where is it? I go, well, it's like one of those welfare hotels. They don't have cars. But, what the hell? Let's get out of here. It's late and stuff. And, It's not a big deal. I mean, you know.
Right.
That's a good story.
I'm not going to pay, $40 and finish that quick and just sit there and go, oh, I hate this and want to leave. So I got to take that chance in the car by myself and see if I, get excited again to do it again.
So you just crank.
Yeah.
And as you're looking at her nude or something,
well, not
or topple, you got your hand wherever,
and then he goes in to get the room and comes out and says they're sold out for the night.
Well, you're a nice guy. You'd be a good boyfriend. You're a good friend.
I love that story.
I would never do that next week at the Commerce Cafe in Rochester. I would never do that.
Wow. Nice shameless plug. Nice.
Next week, Wednesday through...
You're on in Rochester?
They were on in Rochester, and this plug was just heard at, I think, 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, they're on at night, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, why put you on live time? Why put you on live? That would be stupid. The ratings and stuff.
Yeah. Do you go on there after the XFL reruns, or?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Patrick. Patrick,
they're all sold out, but can you tell the desk clerk there everything's fine and you're fine?
Okay, terrific.
So Voss is on the line. Great. By the way, someone wrote in on the instant feedback. It's looking like they found Sean Levy's remains.
Yeah.
Josh from Long Island. The skeleton they found in the D.C. area is really Voss's career.
Oh, come on. The guy's got a great career.
He sure does, and he's right here.
Hello?
Voss.
Hey, Voss.
I got it. My career stinks after today. Anyhow.
Hi, Angel.
Hey, Cookie. Hey, did you ever go with us? It was in, Philly, right outside Philly. There was, those rooms where the girls in the Peep booths, and you go into the room with them, and you pay them, I talked them down to, $10, and they would watch you, things with yourself. Did you ever go with me and Levy and Florentine?
I went to a lot of them in South Jersey. The one I actually went to in Philly, my buddies took me for my birthday. My buddy Kenny and a few other guys and Lou, they chipped in and they bought me a hooker for my birthday.
What is this though? You go in a booth and the girls watch you?
No, or they I think they give you lap dances with your clothes off or something. One night I got kicked out of the place. They just threw me out. I was kicked out of a Peep booth, but
why were your little midgety fingers freaking out the girls?
No, they weren't going for the money I was trying to get them to go for. And one night we were in there.
How many quarters can you hold in those little hands?
It wasn't quarters, stupid. Listen. And one night,
ping, ping, they're falling between his fingers.
So they would watch you, right? And under the shade, there was maybe 3 inches where you could see.
Yeah.
And Levy was in there. You could see the shadow of his hand going back and forth real quick. Me and Florentine were cracking up. All you saw was his shadow going back and forth real quick, right? And then he was finished, and all of a sudden they make a call, and this guy comes running in there with a big mop.
Mop, yes, I was there for that. That was in Route 130 in Jersey.
To mop it up.
You were there?
It was me, you, Florentine, and Lee. The whole place smelled like ammonia. Yes.
Yeah.
It's right past Cinnaminson. It's a phenomenal place. It's all J.O. booths and then traffic circles down in South Jersey. Tourism there should be booming. Dude, there's a place at 4th and Broadway where you brought the chick one time, the Central Park Store, that same place.
Yeah.
A chick actually let me, I was doing a little mushroom balloon knot eating for $5.
Wow.
The window used to be up before Giuliani closed them all. And
now the window would come up and there's no glass?
No, they were.
So she's right there.
They were standing at chest level, so certain areas were at face level. Your face would go through the little glass, and they'd have to squat down to talk to you.
Oh, I got you. So
they stand up. Oh, balloon knot heaven.
Hello.
$5.
Wait a minute.
And
you paid her $5 and you put your face there.
Right in there, because I'm a good guy like that.
I'm not worried you're going to catch something?
Don't you know what you would catch?
That's years ago.
I'm amused.
That's years ago. I had one girl scold me. She's like, "Ooh, no tongue, sweetie." It's true. It was a different girl.
Awful, man.
I slipped her a $5 and she gave me a little scolding.
She did she?
I brought a couple girls into those places, but the Indian guys always throw you out.
They're always blocking.
Yeah, they're always. And there was one place where the windows come up in South Philly or South Jersey where it's like a circle, though, of windows. And then the windows came up, and the girl's in the middle, and all of a sudden I look across and I see Florentine's head out of another window. And it kind of like put a damper on things. It's not like, laying in bed with you, who I'm used to.
It's in the round, you're saying. I've heard of these places where the windows will open up, and not only that you see the girl, but you see all the other guys that are cranking. All the other perverts. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's the same way the 54th and Broadway one was. That was the same setup.
There was one booth I was in over, I think it was by like 56 or something, and I don't go to them a lot. And also I'm in there, and all of a sudden I see a tongue between, like, the wall come through, right?
Did the wall come through, or did you hit the little glass and the thing went, into a little buddy booth opener?
And it was horrible.
A tongue came through into your booth?
Yeah, because there's like a crack between the plexiglass.
Dude, what did you do?
Huh?
What did you do?
Ask Norton. What did I do? I ran out of the booth. It was scary.
That's funny. It was, a lot of times you got to watch it because the guys will hit on you. And usually, I'm not a phobe about that. I could care less. I just mind my business, and they don't touch you. They look at you, and you will keep walking.
No!
But before I knew, I didn't know that this would happen. I was in another one in South Jersey. It's just a wonderful part of New Jersey. Yeah. And there was a little hole.
Right.
In the side, and I didn't know there was a hole in the side. And I'm whacking my bag, and I hear... This is absolutely true. I looked down.
Someone went...
Yeah, well, what are they going to do? Excuse me, sir? I mean, they have to go because it's illegal, I imagine. And there's a little hole, and I look down, and I see a big black finger crooking at me in the come hither motion.
Come hither?
Yeah, it was awful. It was like an Addams Family episode.
The fat guy over on Route 1 and 9 throws it up.
That's different, though. Boss, which place do you mean?
Well, no, everyone. The fat guy on 1 and 9 throws notes over the wall.
I've had them lobbed over at me, too, but they're a full door. They
what
can't
does it say? They throw notes?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, look at me. If I'm in a booth, believe me, I'm Jennifer Lopez when I'm in a booth.
I know.
I'm nothing on the streets, but I'm a catch in a peep show.
One guy threw a note, and I opened it up and said, "Write a new joke."
Dude, no, there's the ones I like the ones in Edison, New Jersey, because of the stupid zoning laws and a bunch of religious.
That's the one.
No, that's not the one. The one I'm talking about is it was way farther up by Raleigh Prison.
They're talking about like it's Carvel Ice Cream Store.
It is actually on the floor.
You know what's the worst?
Hold on, they have the booths cut chest level, so you can't whack your bag or anything.
Well, no, I'll tell you what's the worst. Now you go in Pennsylvania out by Lancaster, there's no doors.
I've been there too. No doors at all.
You just sell them. All of a sudden, guys come strolling by and stuff. It's horrible.
Yeah, I've had them.
You want to buy a peep show door?
Hey, Velcro feet, you mind continually walking? It's the absolute worst. And you ever drop your last piece of chewing gum on that floor? Boy, isn't that a pest?
How about the guy that didn't get hired to mop up those floors?
Oh, my God, you guys are a pisser.
Dude, there's so many booths. I love them. When I'm on the road, dude, is there anything greater when you're on the road, you see a booth, you're just like, it's so cool. You run in there.
A Jack Shack.
And I don't like to ever arc before a show. I never dump before a show.
Because you need the energy. Right. And you need your legs about you.
Yeah. Well, that's the worst. On the way to a gig, you don't want to do it before, because then the whole night you just feel like a total zero.
Yeah.
But on the way back from like if you're leaving Saturday night.
Yep.
And, after you got rejected by the whole audience.
You treat yourself.
There's nothing wrong with that. 50, 75 cents.
You can't do it beforehand, and then you get all ready, and then in the middle of your act, you feel that pulling sensation because you're stuck to your jockeys.
You ever had that?
Hey, you turn the wrong way and go, ow!
It's like the crazy glue tip when the little glue gets stuck in the hole.
You know what's the worst? I'll tell you what's the worst. When you're doing the bathtub and it looks like little jellyfish come floating towards you.
Dude, it sticks to you like rubber cement. You gotta pick that and hairs off. It's awful. You never arc in the tub.
I know, it's the worst.
Something happens, it mixes with the water and turns into sacrete.
Little rubber cement balls all over your leg hairs and your stomach.
Yeah, pull the hair and everything out.
It was like a monkey did it in his hand and threw it on you. And you weren't smart enough to get your face in there, so now it's all over the place.
I can't imagine why my show wasn't picked up after this.
Oh, my God.
Okay, terrific.
Does this pilot have a name?
Yeah, The Unhappy Hour.
Where is it?
Yeah, it's called The Unhappy Hour.
Perfect.
And you're going to be taking calls from people?
Yeah.
And discussing what? Anything?
Anything they want to talk about.
Anything they want to talk about.
Any problems they might have?
They might have some problems, and we'll talk about it.
And you're there to solve their problems?
Well, no, myself and...
Get a tattoo of the Star of David. That solves my problem.
No, it'll be...
Start gambling.
Myself and psychotherapist.
A real psychotherapist?
Yes.
Oh.
Very good.
Okay.
I tested with 3 of them, and this one is great.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
This is good. So, I mean,
How can you help people? Your life's in the toilet. How can you help people?
From experience.
From experience.
How to get a chick out of the car 30 seconds after you spill one in her face. You're an awful creep of a human. He's always saying, I need a girlfriend. I'm like, well, you're not a nice guy. You're awful.
I can see what I mean right there. I can tell them what not to do.
Did you just dump? Run.
Pull into the emptiest hotel and say it's sold out.
That's my favorite story of all time.
Dude, one time me and Anderson's creep. We're in Pennsylvania. One time, true. We're in Pennsylvania doing a gig and we're hanging out. And his boss has a rap. He's talking to this girl years ago. She's maybe a 5. Looks like Foghorn Leghorn's nephew. She has glasses. She's awful.
That little kid?
Yeah. She works for CBS. She's a horrendous Pennsylvania trash.
CBS, right?
CBS.
Yeah.
No, not the network. No, the pharmacy. He gets her back to the room. And we're just sitting there, and she's showing us a tattoo on her ass.
Oh, my God.
I'm trying to sniff. And he's giggling from the front, and she's like, she's going to leave, and he goes, you just want to watch me and him, J.O.? And she's like, what? And he's like, well, just J.O., and you can watch. And she ran out of the room.
The parting shot. Like you saw that all your options were used.
Yeah. I was being a team player. I tried to get the waitress to go in the closet
and look at my mule, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's awful.
You're helping him out?
Yeah. Oh, are you kidding me? He's awful.
Yeah.
Hey, Rich. Hi. How you doing? How do you get a girl to watch you and your friend J.O. in a hotel room?
Well, from my experience...
That's brilliant, man.
My favorite is when me and him were on the bed with a girl one time. I told you the story in the air, but and the girl's in the middle of us, and we're both whacking our bags. Like, she's in between us, of course.
That is so gay.
No, it's not. There's a girl, but it's a girl. And he goes,
oh, my God.
He goes, hey, let's flip a coin, and the loser has to F her. To me, over her, he says. What a pig.
You are despicable. What did she do?
I laughed nervously because he had a rod. He was real. I couldn't get a rod. I kept laughing. And then she gets up and gets off the bed for a minute. We look over at each other like, all right, we got to stop for a second. And this is what his selfish pig boss is. He finishes, right?
Oh, God.
He finishes. Then I'm on the bed with her. I'm packing like a half. He goes to the bathroom, and I guess there's a catalog in the thing, and I hear him going, trying not to puke while I whack my bag. It was awful, his cough. He was automatically out of the sex mood. Rotten Jewish throat.
Did he finish like on the bed?
I didn't look where it went.
You're close enough.
I was looking at her and just trying to hope he didn't say anything else that made me laugh. I was laughing the whole time.
Where did you find this creature?
She was some girl he knew. She lived out of state. She came in for like 3 days, and we went to the hotel.
And then how do you start? What are you you're all laying on the bed. Dude, you're watching TV. How do you start just pulling your hog out?
It's called good cop, bad cop. And he will actually go, do you mind if me and him just say, oh? And I'm like, oh, come on, man. Cut it out. Meanwhile, I'm unzipping my fly.
Oh, my God.
And he'll start. He's like, come on, just touch it. And then she's looking at me. I'm like, I don't know what he's doing. I'm like, go ahead, just touch it. Shut him up.
Holy smoke. That is sick.
But he's always the one that leads into these things. I'm never able to pull girls up and do this.
And she just stayed there. Did anyone get to have sex with her?
No, we didn't.
No. And did she even touch anybody?
She might have.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, the girl or Voss?
The girl.
Oh, okay.
Come on. I wouldn't want to gag him and hear that one.
Like I can get over those speed bumps.
Hey, Louis, what's up?
Hey, I just wanted to say that I think I've seen Rich Voss's show before.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's called Love Line on MTV. Later.
It's like a VH1 version.
Yeah, it could be. I never saw that show, so I don't know. I can't.
Well, they got a comic and a psychologist that sit and take phone calls and solve people's problems. So it's a little similar.
It's about Boston's Saturday night. It's called.
You're horrible. You can't use that C word. What did I say? George, what's up?
Hey, guys, what's going on? You guys got to lighten up a little bit. Cheer up. Hey, how is it possible that the ugliest man in comedy gets a television job? And what could he possibly bring to the table in advice? People not feeling bad for themselves because they're not him?
That call went nowhere.
Yeah,
First of all, I am a good-looking guy, so you can't say I'm an ugly guy.
You can.
Yeah, but that's not true. I know I'm not a bad-looking guy.
No.
Anthony,
we have any more?
What's up, everybody? How you doing?
Anthony's going to bring up a good point here. Go ahead, Anthony.
Okay. Anthony, you said before something about how do you go about starting this whole J.O. fest?
Yeah.
I want to know, Voss and Norton, how the hell did the two of you find out that you're comfortable even doing it together?
Right.
Not even in front of the girl there.
Very good.
I'll tell you how. No, I'll tell you one of the first experiences I had with Voss that made me like, no, we could just. It's not. No, we can do it. Like, cool. You know what I'm saying? Voss to get out of my car. This is years ago. After a set. And I'm listening, and I laughed, and he closed my door and went to the parking garage and got his car. And then, wait, hold on, sir, I'm explaining here. You know, and then there was a time where he was dating a girl, and he's like, I'm going to try to get her to give me a Hummer while you watch, meaning me.
Yeah.
And I had strapped at home. Really hot. And I had just finished at home. Literally. Like my belly button really smelled like a fish. And I come into the city. This is when I lived in New Jersey. And there they are. I walk by. I see Voss and this girl in the car. And I get in the back seat. And I can't even get a ride because I had just
Right.
And, you know, she's humming them. And I'm like, you looking back and like, yeah. Like, wow, cool. It's comfortable. You know,
really?
Who cares?
Yeah, what's the big deal? It's not like we're touching each other.
Not at all.
You
We don't even shake hands.
I know, I won't touch
by
him.
each other.
You kidding me?
You're like the perverted odd couple.
Yeah.
You got the
exactly. I'm a neat freak and he has AIDS.
Jim, I pity your worthless.
I got rid of it. I had soup.
Soup cured it.
Chicken soup, yeah.
Chicken soup cured the AIDS.
Yeah, I got rid of it for this week.
Thank you, Anthony.
How do they know we were comfortable?
Well, most guys don't do that with each other.
Never in my life. I mean, I've had other friends where we've, I guess, you know, trained. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Hey, what's the big deal?
But you know what the thing is? You can't just start a story that you're laying there next to a girl on either side jacking. You can't just drop us in the middle of that story. We need a little background on how the hell you got to that point. That's all I was saying.
We do it all the time. Just it's funny. We don't care. Who cares? I'm not homophobic. I don't care. I don't think Voss is going to try to lick my mule again. You know, one time I tell him, hey, look, that's for girls. He cries a little. And I say, look, nothing personal.
Oh, God. He had Ticketron's number on his mule.
April 18th. Why?
I could go on air and say, and this isn't gay, but Norton's packing it. I mean, every other part of his body is pathetic. If you look at him, I mean, if you look at his no pigment, his physique looks like Jell-O, all right? But he's packing, see, and that's the whole thing. That's what gives him confidence. Yeah, it's all about. That's what, you know, I'm not saying I haven't seen bigger, but, you know, he's doing okay.
Looks bigger.
So that's why if we're with a girl, like, I'm not going to follow him. I got to open.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
God damn, what a relationship you two have. That's amazing.
That's hilarious.
Who knew the comedy circuit had this going on?
That's hilarious.
Any other comics ever join in your hijinks?
Oh, yeah, I've been on quite a few trains that I can't mention names.
Oh, really? Any that have been on this program?
One maybe.
Yeah.
That's years ago, though.
Yeah.
I haven't been on, this is true, I'm 33, I haven't been on one of these probably in 7 years.
Right.
It was something you do at one point in your life, it's silly. And it's usually, they're not girls that you're dating, they're just girls that you hook up with and they're like in a cakey.
There you go, and kill them afterwards.
Yeah,
whatever.
One time, when you were with a girl and you used Patrice as a bed?
It was the time I've been in a Central Park store. We've had a few.
The Central Park.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, you know something? I forgot.
There's a lot of new listeners.
What's the Central Park one? I forgot it. That's a great story.
You want to tell it?
I'll tell Paul, you tell Paul, because me and him were coming out of this place in the village, and then this black girl walked up to him.
That doesn't sound good right away.
No. And black girl walked up to him, she's gorgeous. And she goes, oh, I saw you at the comedy club. So then we're talking, all of us. Yeah. And Voss is smooth, man. So he gets her to go out, he buys her a drink. No, she had a drink.
No, we went to eat at a bagel place.
So she had one drink, and we went to eat at a bagel place on 54th and Broadway. And then he gets her to a Peep booth somehow right next door.
No, I go, we're going to go watch movies.
Movies, yeah. Pornographic movies at a Peep show.
I'll tell it up till Central Park, maybe.
You tell I'll tell Central Park and you finish.
Look at you two, just like the girl. Yeah. You start, I'll finish.
I tell you, good cop, bad cop. It works. And meanwhile, they're like, I don't know who. And so we're like, he's got her in a Peep booth and they're fooling around, and I'm in the next booth just trying to listen a little bit. So we go outside. It's like 3 a.m. We're standing by Rich's car. It's between Rich's car and a newsstand. He's making out with her, and he's feeling her up. And he's got, the old double knuckle lesson.
Right across from the Letterman Theater.
Right across from the Letterman Theater, yes. And I'm squatting down behind her, trying to put my hand up her dress.
Oh,
and
good.
She's disgusted. She wants nothing to do with me. But she really likes him.
Oh, God. You're the odd man out.
I'm like dating a chick with kids. I'm the kid like you tolerate even though you hate. He's like, all right, just let him do it. Let him do it. I'm like reaching up and I'm touching her.
That is horrid.
And she's feeling violated, but she likes him. And then we go to Central Park.
Well, but she finishes on Broadway, too.
Okay.
Finished with who?
She did.
Him.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
You got her to shake?
On Broadway.
Wow, okay. So you go to Central Park.
And we go behind a tree. We didn't want to go too far in the park.
Behind a tree. Well, dangerous in the park, sure.
Over the wall, behind a wall or something. And and then all of a sudden, I forget what happened.
I don't. Well, she's going south on me.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we're,
and whistling without a problem.
And people, there's always there's a difference between reality and radio stories, too. Remember that out there. So she's going south of me.
And you're standing up, right?
I'm standing up. Yeah, I'm hanging from a tree to make her feel at home.
Oh, man.
Wait, hold on. Listen, so she's going south. And I look down, and I see his little bald head and tongue in a place you're not supposed to put your tongue.
Oh, you're not.
Right? He's in but it looks like a kid who just found candy on Easter, right? And he's
all you see is his eyes.
All I see is this little bald head.
It looks like the cartoon Ziggy.
Kilroy was here.
And I was like, he's standing, she's bent.
Oh my God!
And I'm swatting. I'm swatting.
Yeah. So this girl's she's like a 10 too.
Hot.
So I finish, and I
my God!
I talk her into. I said, take care of my friend a little.
She's humming me.
Oh, I can tell him the other story. So I go, take care of my friend too, right? And she does whatever. So we're driving home. We dump her or whatever. I told her the hotel was sold out. And, we're driving home. I look at him. And I go, well, did you have a good time? He said, well, I was a little uncomfortable. I didn't want to get my pants dirty. I go, what?
We almost made it through the whole story. You can't use the...
okay.
I said my legs are sore.
Right.
My legs are sore.
Your legs are sore and you don't want to get your pants dirty.
He said, why are your legs sore? I'm like, well, I was squatting. I didn't want to kneel and get my pants dirty. He said, you'll tongue a stranger's balloon knot, but you won't kneel and get your pants dirty?
What are you going to go home and your mother's going to look at the dirty pants? Jim, were you in the park again?
I believe this story is all part of an unsolved rape in the park, too. And it just sounds like a crime.
Wilding, she was jogging.
It's a crime.
I picked up 2 girls after a show, right? Well, I met 2 girls. So I call Norton. He's working another club in New York. And one was maybe a 3.
Oh, yeah.
And these 2 goddamn guys.
Was I on that show with you?
No, you were across town at the haunted house over on First Avenue. And so I call, and they got a room at the Marriott Marquis, right?
Ooh.
I go, Jim, I got these two ladies I met after the show. They want to hang out. He got over there quicker. Right? I mean, he flew over. So we go up to the hotel. This girl was like a 3, and the other one looked like
there was a decimal point. The 3 was the hot one. It was awful.
Right? So what did you think when you walked in and looked at the girl?
I was expecting American Indians to chase them with a spear. They were horrible.
Right? Really, she had to thank Greenpeace.
I almost carved my initials in her. She was a fat. They were awful looking.
Wow.
So, excuse me. I'm in the bathroom with one. Right?
And I got the other one. I'm on the bed.
The one's like a 3 or 4. I'm in the bathroom with her. I'm in the bathroom. Yeah. I've changed. I make a good boyfriend now. But so I'm in the bathroom with her, and we're fooling around. Of course. And she's doing to me what Norton did in the park.
Oh my God! The rusty trombone she's giving you. That's when you're licking the balloon out, and then you give the reach around and start.
Well, so she's doing that. So the other girl,
God,
zero, the -2 wouldn't have anything to do with Norton, and you would think that between them there are 1, right?
She wouldn't have anything to do with you?
No. She was fat and awful, and I'm laying on my back on the bed, and she's kind of like riding on me with clothes on. Yeah. And she was horrendous, but she wouldn't go any farther.
So the other one, we come out of the bathroom, I finished, and I said, look, my friend just got out of prison or rehab. I said something. I go, he hasn't been with a girl for a while. Can you hook him up a little?
Hook him up a little.
Right? A cigarette first.
Yeah.
You are so generous.
So he goes into the bathroom with her, comes out, whatever, and we're leaving. Again, I go, so you have a good time? He goes, yeah. I go, well, did you make out with her? Yeah. I go,
live and you learn.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was true.
Did you notice a fragrance?
I had no.
So that thing under his tongue is my baby seat.
I didn't know.
She was licking balloon nuts.
Yeah, apparently for a while. And you always know you're in for a classy evening when you walk in and the girl's sitting on the toilet finishing a cigarette. And I did a mule release, and believe me, pow, right to it. And well, I might add, really well. Yeah, I had no idea. Did you make out with her? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, dude, she ate. I'm like, yeah.
You know how many emails I get what a pig I am every time I tell these stories? But, you know.
It hurts with girls. So people think I'll be the comedy must get laid a lot. Musicians get laid a lot. Comedians tell stories like this, and women want nothing to do with you.
Well, it just sounds like there was a lot of action going on. It doesn't sound like you're really hurting for...
Not at all. But they think you're a pig.
Yeah, well, you are. Listen to these stories.
What? Like 2 men having to sharing a lady on the toilet? Yeah, just a girl on a toilet. If you're not licking chocolate out of it, you might as well help a comic down. You offended Boston whore. I hope you're dead.
Okay, terrific.
I couldn't take it in jail for like a day. I could probably go a day. Like, you know, the Voyeur bus people when they all got arrested, little over a day. That I could probably take. But if they told me, like, oh, you're going away for like 50 days, or that would really get me. I can't imagine years where they say 10 to 15 years.
What would get to you, though?
The thought that you're locked up in prison for that amount of time, and 50 days in jail.
Well, what would be the thing that got you?
The maybe the rape, right? Just the being confined like that, and then being with nasty elements
constantly having to be on your guard. Wait a minute. This is like how I am at home.
Would it be
constantly on my guard? I'm confined.
Would it be?
I just don't have any nasty elements.
Would it be the germs that get to you?
No, not at all. I don't care about the germs or anything.
The horrible sleeping conditions?
No, even that.
What if you're in a cell by yourself for 50 days? Easier?
That would be easier. Yes.
Obviously.
Easier.
But could you
I would
deal
want to
with
be like in isolation. Leave me completely alone 50 days. I'd be fine in isolation. Believe me, I would probably be completely fine in solitary confinement for like an entire stretch. I got a great imagination.
No,
I'll just sit there and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
In my head.
Would you be more scared of getting beat up or getting raped? What would you be more scared of?
What the hell do you think? A black eye, you can walk around in the cafeteria and just take a seat. The other thing, you can't even take a seat. You're just kind of, you're sitting on the edge of the bench.
When you walk in,
someone's laughing.
Timid and
someone thinks you sat in Jello.
I was reading on one of the prison websites.
You go to prison websites? Why?
Why do you go to prison websites?
Oh, damn. Stories, rape stories and stuff on prison websites.
Why? Hold on.
Wow.
No, you can't just casually go, that's like saying I was, I went to eBay and... Prison website.
Yeah, someone told me about this link about prison something. I don't know what it is, but it tells you all these prison stories about guys.
One of your fetishes is prison rape stories, right? Yeah.
Prisons, when you drive past a prison, you got to stop and look. They're like the creepiest, most mysterious.
Oh yeah, you do look at the barbed wire in the yard and go like, wow, man.
I don't know
that's
a person alive
deal.
that wouldn't take a look as they're driving by a prison, but you went from that to you're hanging out on prison websites,
reading rape stories.
Reading rape stories. That's a little different than, hey, honey, wow, look, that's Rikers.
So what was the hottest one you read, Rich?
Well, what they did say is,
Which one really got you off?
Story about man-on-man action in the shower.
One guy said when you go in, if you're gonna be a punk, just pick one guy and take care of that one guy so they don't all get, and he'll put
that old gag.
And I guess the people in prison haven't figured that one out yet.
Yeah. I like the old gag.
Yeah.
Dude, here's what you got to do. You find the biggest guy in prison. You walk up to him and just punch him in the face.
Yeah, that's not going to give you a...
You get killed.
And you'll absolutely get killed in a second. Because first of all, your punch probably ain't going to do anything to this huge prison guy. And what do you think he's just gonna?
They're gonna laugh at you like, oh God, another dope that believes in that old wise tale.
All right, I'm here. Just want everybody to realize I'm in this joint now. That's me screaming.
Well,
get grabbed by the throat. There you go. Yeah, you think you're so tough. You think what? Why isn't he falling down? This is the biggest guy. Okay, get off my foot! I'm sorry I hit you. What, tonight? Be in the laundry room?
Would you go 50 days without taking a shower?
See, that's another thing. I don't shower in front of guys. Never have. All through school, gym class, all that crap, where the gym teacher was always a little too enthusiastic. It's like, what are you doing? You're not showering, Cumia? Don't you understand? You got to go to class the rest of the day. It's like, I didn't work up a sweat in gym class. I didn't do anything in gym class. Yeah. So why do I have to shower? And this gym teacher would love, like, all his jocks getting in the steamy shower. And he'd look in and go, how you guys doing in there? It's like, what the? How they doing?
We're not.
They need help with their back. Hey, coach, could you help me with my back?
We're not doing well, coach. Like, who gives a crap if you're a little smelly during history class? It's worth it.
I'd go 50 days probably.
Dude, I was
washing my face.
Do they give you those paper towels that rip your skin off you when you dry?
I can only imagine they're not comfy towels in prison.
Dude, I was an athlete growing up, and I developed way late. It's mortifying.
I'm still waiting to develop.
It's mortifying to be in that situation. You're just trying to hide
there was
what little you got.
There was a kid in school.
Then you got like the star quarterback that was shaving since he was 12, right next to you. You're just like, oh God,
He's a complete man.
Why do I have to be in this situation?
There was some kid in
Not
school
a hint of a hair on my body yet.
He hadn't
and I'm
grown
showering
up.
next to a gorilla, just so I don't smell in history class. Great. Thanks, coach.
He loved to shower after gym class, and this kid hadn't grown up, but he liked to take showers after gym class, and everyone made fun of him because it was like he was a second grader in what we were in 7th grade, I guess, something like that. And he would walk into the shower, and everybody's just like, "Oh Jesus, look!" laughing. It's probably in porno now.
Just looks like a little half a thumb.
It was the worst.
I was that guy. My whole life I thought I had
But you're doing all right?
But then finally, puberty hit, and the first time a woman told me that, it's like, really? I had no idea, because my whole life I
was mocked.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about this at 9 o'clock. It wasn't that I was mocked. It wasn't like I was prancing around showing off what I had, but I just knew.
I looked like, like you didn't, like it was plywood. But I remember this kid, Arthur, he was worse. And when they would pick on me, I would point to Arthur and take the attention off.
Oh, good.
I go, what about Arthur?
Works.
I would just find the shower all the way in the corner.
Wouldn't shower?
I would get the strategic shower that had to be in the corner, because then you could just face the corner with your nothingness.
But if I was in prison,
you walk
wouldn't shower.
It's tough enough to fight with clothes on.
Yeah, how are you going to fight with no clothes on?
No clothes on.
You're just completely vulnerable to anything that can punch you there. Right. An uppercut to that area, you're done. They could just do whatever they want.
What is the website where you get your hot prison
stories? Rich.
Can you remember? And we'll give the website out after the break.
Prison Stories. PrisonStories.com. Yeah, it was PrisonStories.com.
And you really get into these, huh?
What? A-Rock, look at that website and give us a good one for after the break.
Yeah, we need a good story.
Before we go to break, we got to remind you about this.
Oh, God, look at just the front page. It's some guy who looks like he's nude, handcuffed.
Jesus, Rich,
what are you doing, Rich?
Why would you go there? I know, I understand all of a sudden,
because you get tired of reading whack bag and you just go.
Well, going from whack bag to this is a kind of a big jump.
Yeah.
This is a jump over a river.
It was my first day. I thought everything would go okay. I met someone on the bus.
I was in the laundry room.
He seemed like a big enough guy that could take care of himself. I thought we were friends. Well, when we met in the laundry room...
All right, listen, we're running late. Oh, we'll continue. Shut up.
Oh, yeah. I want to try to pick the story Rich found the hottest.
Yeah. Tell us which one you found really hot, okay? And don't lie. We'll know.
Is it when one of the lousy screws were transferring an inmate to another cell and took a little detour?
Oh, okay. Well, they picked out a hot prison rape story.
Oh.
But it's not FM friendly.
No? Well, maybe we'll have to...
What if we, substitute a word or something?
Yeah, we'll have to do that.
All right. Give me a word that's innocent enough. Turtles?
Look at this guy.
One of the times I was, I got no help afterwards. A fellow inmate came up to me in the shower and told me to his turtle. And when I said no, he punched me in the gut and made me get down on my knees and give him... It was very degrading, and when I told the proper authorities at the prison, they told me not to be a tattletale. And then it got back to the inmate that I told, and he stabbed me and said if I make eye contact with him again, he would kill me the first chance he got. It was so scary getting a death threat by someone who was really serious about it. I'm going to die soon, and there's no way getting around it. I don't think I'll ever see the light of day again. I will die in prison, and I'm sure of it.
Wait,
this is the crap you're reading,
Rich.
Rich.
The thing, what's great about this story is I was scared of getting a death threat, but you already got stabbed. like the stabbing. Oh man. Okay, hey, don't worry about the stabbing, but please don't threaten to kill me.
Right. Can we get another hot rape story? Prison rape story in honor of Rich Voss?
Look at him. Huh? How could he not get... Look at this guy. This guy would get raped at the library. You know what I mean?
Why would he get raped at the library?
What, the nicest...
Or the library. How'd you say it?
Library.
They told him not to be a tattletale.
Even E-Rock's making fun of you. How do you say it?
Library.
Library.
Whatever. The library.
And not to be a tattletale. You don't snitch in prison. That's the first thing.
Snitches get...
They get
stitches.
Shanked.
Stitches, you idiots. Oh, my God. They get
snitches get stitches right there.
Good.
Where you got to lay on your belly for a while.
Get stitches. Okay. Snitches
yeah.
Stitches.
Well, they get the stitches because they got the shank.
They got shanked, okay.
But the saying's been around forever that snitches get, and you answered shanked.
Okay, because, all right, I'm sorry, I don't want to play your rhyme game. That might be the next contest.
Yeah, because I'm the only one that knew that. Okay.
I never heard that.
There's probably one other dummy out there.
This was from Rikers, so he's a local guy if you want to look him up.
Yeah, Rich. Maybe you can hang outside the prison and hope to be noticed. Maybe you can wear your short shorts.
He get to give you a little more detail about what happened in the shower.
Maybe he'll give you a little extra if you wear those short shorts like you used to back in the day.
Look at his mouth,
drug dealer.
I mean, come on. That's the kind of mouth you...
First of all, this guy's nothing but a creep.
I know.
Yeah. All right, we got to do morning show bit of the day as we get more of those hot prison rape stories. Are you ready, Rich?
All right. Let me get
Just for you, buddy.
Let me get my beep ready.
Predators in prison are after more than just money. It satisfies some of their needs, but not all. When an inmate has a lot of time behind them, the need for sexual release and satisfaction becomes unbearable. Traditional methods of self-whatever no longer are enough. Engaging in a sexual act is a violation of prison rules, but even the most gung-ho officer realized the need for
gratification
and the need to keep the peace. This is not being said that they condone it, but they might not make a serious effort to catch inmates doing it. The involved inmates don't want to get caught, which may result in separation from one another. They will always do it at a time when they know that the officers are occupied with another duty, and they will usually post a sentry to watch for the officer. This person is called a hawk or a jigger.
A hawk or a jigger is what they call these predators?
No, it's the lookout.
The lookout.
Oh, the lookout. Well, yeah, you got to have like vision like a hawk.
Yeah, they are often paid in some way for this service. The act of watching and warning is called hawking the man.
How do you get that job as a hawk in prison?
I don't know, Rich. Why, you want it?
Why, so you're ready? Hey,
I'll
be your lookout.
It does sound like a sexy job. You get a little cash and you get to see some cool stuff, huh, Rich?
And you can't, well, no, you just keep lookout. I just want to say, guys, before you rate me, I have great eyes, and I can see the Flatfoot coming. That's what
Flatfoot?
Oh, you call him Flatfoot?
Yeah.
All right. Obviously, my advice to the average inmate is to avoid the daddies, the punks, and the homosexuals altogether. Avoidance is not all there is to it. A sexual predator will always victimize the weak. A person who puts up a ferocious fight every time he is threatened is not a good prospect.
All right, so you got to just duke it out, no matter how bad you get beat.
So in your case, Rich, you got to fight and make believe you're really not into what's going on. A person who appears to have loyal friends that stick together consistently is also a poor prospect. Going to prison officials for protection should be considered based on the attitude and philosophies of that particular prison. While working at a maximum custody prison, I heard a correctional lieutenant tell an inmate who asked for protection, "You have two choices. Get on your knees or jump the fence because we are not going to protect you." The inmate didn't jump the fence.
Oh, boy.
I guess he did the first option.
Yeah.
Prison officials take this type of attitude only when the administration allows it. I would say that this attitude is the exception and not the rule in today's prisons. After all, correctional officers are sworn to protect inmates. It should also be noted that sexual transmitted diseases are of real consideration for inmates. Blah blahs are sometimes allowed in prison, but not always. That would be protection from diseases. If an inmate was to contract AIDS after being turned out, he might consider it poetic justice to spread it around. Most prison medical departments are prohibited from making it public knowledge that an inmate is HIV positive. However, the good ones will drop a hint of some kind to correctional staff. The inmates seldom become aware of it, though. That's not a good...
More informational than hot and sexy.
Yeah, Rich is looking for a hot and sexy.
Rich is all bored with that one.
Yeah,
not sexy. Oh, he's coming right back in.
All right, let's go to Harry in Memphis.
Do you guys watch Lockdown?
Tell us about the discount, Harry. What's up, Harry?
Morning, boys.
Linger longer. Yeah, what's up?
Hey, I got a good one for you. I had to do a 15-year bit in Ohio, and I was coming in off the yard one day, and an inmate asked me to get this extremely large black dude out of his cell. So I said, okay, I'll go and get him. So as I go up to knock on the door, I look in the window, and he's just giving it to this little old white guy. Well, I turn around to walk off, and I hear this god-awful scream. So I thought that something bad had just happened, and when I turn around and look back in the cell, it did. The little white dude had pooped all over the black dude.
Well, I don't think that made it through. I doubt that made it through, but...
You were there for 15 years?
I was sentenced 15 years, and I only ended up doing 5.
5? Were you like...
Well, the grand finale of your story didn't make the radio, unfortunately, but...
No.
But let's just
say the perpetrator, the rapist, got because of, I guess, the guy that he was doing this to, we got a little nervous during this, to say the least. That he left him his just desserts, let's say.
Yeah,
He made a mess of the joint.
Yeah. Aren't white dudes supposed to stick up? Isn't a black guy not allowed to do that to a white guy in prison?
Well, yeah, there's rules, Rich.
No, there is.
Rich, why don't you go into a prison and do an extra day?
No, I'm asking.
You can wear your shorts and write a tell-all book of what happens in prison.
Isn't that true that like he's not allowed to do that without permission or something from like the white gangs or the Brotherhood or something, right?
It's not like that at all. I mean, prison ain't what everybody says it is. I mean, it's like a big club that's fenced in. It's like a big college campus. You come and go as you please. You just have to be in your cell at count time. And if that's your preference, that's your preference. I mean, whites, blacks, they basically bang anybody they want.
I would ask boom boom or yum yum.
Boom boom or yum yum.
That's what I would say. Yeah. Boom boom or yum yum.
All right, Harry, thank you.
All right, bud.
Yep. What was I going to say? Yeah, I know it's century. Century. It's century. It's kind of similar, though, isn't it? Someone's making fun of me because I said...
century?
Century. Instead of century.
I didn't even notice. I was waiting for the hot, sexy parts.
Look, I know
I never materialized.
My reading leaves a bit to be desired there, but that's a close one. Come on.
I don't mind when somebody...
SENTRY.
Yeah.
I made it sound like century.
The 20th century.
It's real close, isn't it?
The 20th century.
How would you say century? SENTRY.
I would say, yeah, a guard is a century, and then 100 years is a century.
It's really close.
It is close. But if you're English, it's century.
Century?
That's 100 years is a century.
Which sounds
a century.
Just like the
But they also say aluminium.
Hey, you want to read?
Which is stupid.
I don't know if you can read this one. This one's way too hot.
Oh, okay. I get the beep, finally.
Do you want to read this one, Ant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please. Let me read it. Wow.
Yeah, we got to change some words, though, man.
Yeah, can't just beep it?
All right. Get ready with the beep.
All right.
When an inmate is forcibly by a group of men, usually another uninvolved inmate will offer the inmate protection from gang, but it carries a price. The inmate must now have...
Oh, hold on. Let me get my script.
Oh, okay.
So I can read along. The inmate...
Can't you, be a little more creative with the beeps, by the way?
I was trying, but I didn't have the things, yeah. Possibly, another involved inmate will offer the inmate protection from gang, but... Okay. There you go. I'm reading now.
All right, but it carries a price. The inmate must now have... with the protector. As bad as this sounds, it's better than being The inmate has the option of checking off. That is asking prison staff for protection. This, too, carries a price. Prison officials often ask the inmate to identify and testify against his attackers. At this point, the inmate is labeled a snitch, and his life is in further danger. This situation requires that the inmate be segregated for protection or moved repeatedly to other prisons farther and farther from home. The inmates have a communication system that is unbelievable, so sooner or later, the inmate will be found out. As a result, the inmate sometimes chooses the protection route. The inmate providing the protection is called the daddy, and the protected inmate is called a punk or a blank boy. Yes, sorry.
Boy. It would actually, if you wanted to say that clean, you could call him a rooster boy.
A rooster boy. The daddy may even fall in love with the punk. Or he may grow tired of him and sell him or trade him to another inmate. He may even rent his services out to others for free.
Oof.
For a fee, I mean. Because an inmate has with another of the same, he is not necessarily a homosexual, although he may begin to enjoy it and become one. This procedure is called being turned out. It is my belief that to be turned out, the individual already had some homosexual tendencies prior to being subjected to this situation. Another method of obtaining is through seduction. It is not unlike a person seducing one of the opposite sex. The inmate is friendly, attentive, and protective over his victim. It may take months to get the victim to succumb.
Wow.
However, when it is done voluntarily and not by force or rear it to act into actually falling in love. What?
Well, they kind of just fall in love, I guess.
Right. That's what I mean. What?
Sweet story.
For this reason, it is never wise for an inmate to ridicule or pick on these individuals because they are protected by a strong alliance. A man can lose all control when someone does something to his family. It is the same situation when two inmates are in love. Prison officials will often arrange for two lovers to be housed together just to keep the peace. True.
Lucky then.
Homosexuals usually have a field day in prison. After all, they are as close to a real woman that the inmates will have access to. The fact that they want to be female and are willing to act the part is very exciting to the inmates. When a new comes into prison, there's often a power struggle that can result in violence to determine who gets him. Being a homosexual in prison usually is protection in itself. The inmates view them as a woman and treat them as such. When I search homosexuals lager, I almost find that it is full of goodies from the prison store, although they are not seen there, nor do they have any money sent in.
So the gay guy goes into prison and he's treated like a hot chick at a bar.
There you go.
Buying drinks, just hoping that you get to go out.
Yeah.
Have a little date.
Jeez. Can you imagine getting traded for a pack of cigarettes? Or,
that's the worst part of the whole thing. Right?
That's degrading.
Yeah, that's
my God, degrading. You've traded me?
Because, see, I like the job this guy was doing on me, and now, because of a lousy pack of cigarettes, now I got to do it with this guy.
No, it has nothing to do with the Marcellus Wallace scene in the basement of the pawn shop.
Yeah, that's the worst part, being traded for a pack of cigarettes.
Well, here you just build a bond with your daddy. You do the things he wants.
You're the greatest, man. I love when you're here.
Yeah.
You really are the greatest. After learning about this stuff, the worst thing you could say is, how much would it suck to be traded for a pack of cigarettes?
Yeah, get him. Yeah, just...
What was creepier? Zed having sex with Marcellus Wallace, or the guy standing there going, yeah, get him, just him, yeah.
I think that guy. Well, I don't know.
That was a creep.
I think this might be a trick question. I'm not falling for it.
You're not going to fall for it. They're both bad.
I think the guy that was looking on was a gimp. Just seemed creepier.
What was wrong with him? Like, he would let Zed come over and then just like,
that's what I mean.
Totally get psyched at watching Zed?
I guess. Seriously, if you need me to answer the question, that guy seems way creepier.
Because you think
he wasn't doing anything.
They'd both get a good laugh if they just would have dragged them both in at the same time. And then he does Bruce Willis.
Right.
And the other guy, Zed, does Marcellus Wallace.
Oh, yeah, Zed was he was doing it as a goof. The other guy had some severe issues.
Yeah, because he was all like, get him. All excited.
Hey, we got an update on...
Give me the watch.
Okay, terrific.
Tell me about your professor that you banged.
Shut up with this.
Line of questioning.
Oh my
professor.
God, I didn't bang
You
him.
touched his,
what happened?
I tell you that for the story.
Wait,
did Tony Montana come in the bathroom and beat up the guy?
That's why I get hard. I go, tell me about other guys you banged.
So wait, what happened? Who was the professor?
The professor, I don't know, I went into his office to, get in trouble or whatever, and he had this huge plant, and he put it by the door because there was glass in the door, I should have known something was coming. Yeah, he was like getting ready. So anyway, Miss McFarland. We fooled around a lot.
A lot? Did it start there?
Professor.
He was the guy who taught me how to give a blowjob.
Wait,
what a good
fooled
professor.
around. You said you fooled around a lot. Did you blow him? Or you see? Because I'm getting hard as a rock right now.
Yeah, me too.
Holy shit, boss.
Wait a minute, Bonnie. Now, hold on. Was that the first time you two had fooled around or no?
Yes,
Did you know it was going to happen?
No, I had no idea.
So how did it happen? How did it actually move? That's a big move for him to go with his
Certainly is.
Well, what had happened was I kept missing class.
What did he profess in?
And
what was it?
It was, I don't want to.
You got her now.
She
was going to say that, but
it was
she
a
doesn't want to
radio
tell
and
her.
television class.
Of course, what a scumbag.
He was it was Edmonton, and he was a
Junior
local.
high, by the way.
He had his own TV show, a sports show.
Oh, after you blew him, did he fly to Bangkok?
I don't
go ahead.
Oh,
The John Carr
I was
reference.
too old.
So tell us more.
So,
he puts the plant in front of the
I came in late again, and I knew he was going to be mad at me, so I faked tears and pretended that my mom was in the hospital, which was a total lie. And then he wanted me to come to his office after, and so he started consoling me about my mother, which wasn't true.
Wow, what a predator. Like, you saw an opportunity of a girl that might be in distress.
Your mother fell, moved the plant.
Yeah.
And then it started off
Let me teach you how to give a blowjob.
Did she fall on this?
I started sucking his fingers. And it progressed.
Wow, you started sucking his finger. What did he like? Was he rubbing your face, maybe? Gently, and you just kind of...
He was hugging me. And,
Did you feel him get turned on?
What's that?
Did you feel he had a hard on when he was hugging you?
I don't remember. In those, it was like if a guy wanted to have sex with you, you just went through with it and got it over with.
You just went through
that
with it? What the hell is it, caveman days?
I know.
Did he have a big penis? I know he asked you. That's why I have to
remember. I don't know anything about
Oh, God, is that exciting.
Getting all turned on.
I know. He wishes he had a professor like that.
I wish I went to college.
Did he satisfy you? Or did you just satisfy him?
Yes.
You just satisfied him.
Right.
That day?
Yeah. That day and then days after.
Wow. What a treat.
We actually were at a restaurant where he did satisfy me. He gave me a foot massage.
Why didn't he ask, to go down on you or something?
Why he didn't have to?
Reciprocation.
In the office,
he didn't have to.
I wasn't very, I didn't know what I was doing too much.
So he just took his dick out and said, look, I'm going to show you something. How did that happen?
No, I started sucking on his fingers, and he was like, have you ever sucked on anyone's penis? And I was like, no, God, no. And he was like, people do that.
Hey, have you ever sucked on someone's penis?
Did he use such sexy language as that?
But we got caught at this restaurant by one of the people in the class.
At a restaurant? Oh,
yeah, because he was giving me a foot massage. And it was pretty obvious, I guess. And then...
How old were you?
I was 19, 18.
How long did this go on for?
Hot.
Last week.
I don't know. Not that long. He got in trouble. He almost got asked to leave. I mean, we both kind of got in trouble. We weren't allowed to use the editing suites alone anymore.
Wow.
The Opie and Anthony Show.